Hi students, in this session we are going to solve question number 10 from exercise 1.2 which is based on derivatives of inverse trigonometric functions. See, this question number 10 is the last question of this exercise 1.2, but before moving to question number 10, let's overlook this exercise and let's classify this quite big exercise which contains 69 examples. Students, see, this is exercise 1.2 from your textbook. Okay, so here it is question number 1, 2, 3 and question number 4. See, these four questions, question 1 to question 4 are based on derivatives of inverse functions. Basically here you have to use theorem for derivatives of inverse functions. Okay, so all these four questions are based on this one theorem. Okay. Then in question number 5, you have to use derivative to prove some properties. Okay. So see, this is question number 5. It is based on properties of inverse trigonometric functions, and to prove them you have to use their derivative. Okay. So this is one type. Then this is question number 6, and from that for sub questions 1 to 8 we use directly chain rule. Okay, to differentiate these inverse trigonometric functions here we use directly chain rule. Then for sub questions 9 and 10 from this question 6 and for sub question 1 from question number 7 we use property of inverse trigonometric functions. See which properties we use there, like sin inverse of sin x is equal to x or cos inverse of cos x is equal to x, etc. So we have used this property to solve these three sub questions here. Okay, then in question number 7, in the remaining sub questions from 2nd to 12, we use trigonometric simplifications. Okay, here we use trigonometric simplifications, and with that we simplify the given trigonometric functions to very simple function and then we differentiate that function. Okay, so you keep it as one subtype. Okay, see, this is first subtype, use directly chain rule. Then in second subtype you use this property to simplify function. Then in third subtype you use trigonometric simplifications. Okay, then this is question number 8 and we have considered it as special type. Okay, it is quite constructive type. It is of the form, see, sin inverse of cos inverse of a sin x plus b cos x upon square root of a square plus b square. That means here sin inverse and cos inverse terms contains numbers like a, b and square root of a square plus b square. That means these three numbers form Pythagorean triplet. So this is, we have considered it as special type for our convenience only. Okay, it is not any mathematical word. This is a special type. We are saying it just for convenience. Okay, so this is next subtype, fourth subtype. Then question number 9, see, here we have used trigonometric substitutions to simplify these inverse trigonometric functions, and then after simplification we differentiate that function in this subtype. So this is fifth subtype. Then in question number 10 it contains 9 examples. Now we are going to solve this question number 10. Okay. See, this question number 10 is based on properties of tan inverse function. See, first property, we have already learned this property. Tan inverse of x plus y upon 1 minus xy is equal to tan inverse of x plus tan inverse of y. And second property, tan inverse of x minus y upon 1 plus xy is equal to tan inverse of x minus tan inverse of y. So this question number 10 is based on these two properties. So this subtype is quite easy to identify. Okay. So this is how we can classify or analyze this exercise in these sub questions. Particularly, examples based on inverse trigonometric functions are classified into these 6 subtypes. Okay, so you keep in mind this is just for our convenience. Once you keep this analysis in your mind, you will be able to identify problem appeared in exam question paper, and you will be able to apply technique to solve that problem easily. Okay, but all this needs lots of practice. Okay, after this analysis, let's move to question number 10, which is based on these two properties. Okay. See question number 10. Differentiate the following with respect to x. First given function is tan inverse of 8x upon 1 minus 15x square. We have to differentiate this function. That means we have to find derivative of this function. So for convenience, let this given function be y and write down the given function. Okay. Now see, whenever you get tan inverse function in front of you to differentiate, you firstly try to think over whether it is possible to arrange this given function like any one of these two formulas. Okay, see, this formula contains tan inverse of terms like, see, numerator contains sum of two terms and at the denominator there is 1 minus product of these two terms. Okay, so whether it is possible to arrange these terms like this formula or this formula. Here tan inverse function contains subtraction of two terms and at the numerator, and at the denominator it contains 1 plus product of those two terms. Okay, so we have to think firstly whether it is possible to arrange these terms like any one of these formulas. So for this you need some observation, and here you easily observe that here we can write this 8x as 5x plus 3x, and product of 5x and 3x is 15x square. So this is very easy observation here. So see, we can write this 8x as 5x plus 3x, and at the denominator 1 minus, we can write this 15x square as 5x into 3x. So here we have arranged this function like this formula. Okay, so see, according to this, here x is 5x and y is 3x. So sum of these two terms is at the numerator, and at the denominator 1 minus product of these two terms is there. Okay, so it needs your observation and you need this property. Okay, so see, then using this property we can split this function like tan inverse x plus tan inverse y. Okay, so here we can write it as, see, we have y is equal to tan inverse of this first term 5x plus tan inverse of this second term 3x. Okay, so it is not difficult to observe these things, it's very easy. Okay, then see, we have now simplified function, we can differentiate it easily. So differentiating with respect to x, we get dy by dx is equal to d by dx of this sum tan inverse of 5x plus tan inverse of 3x. Okay, then see, this is sum of two functions, so a derivative of this sum is their sum of their individual derivatives. So it is d by dx of tan inverse of 5x plus d by dx of tan inverse of 3x. See, now see, here it is a composite function and we have to find its derivative. So you treat this function as tan inverse of something. Okay, and we have this standard result, derivative of tan inverse of x is 1 upon 1 plus x square. So let's treat this function as tan inverse of something. So derivative is 1 upon 1 plus something square into derivative of something which is phi x. We have used chain rule to differentiate this composite function. Okay, then see, next term is again like that only. See here, let's treat this composite function as tan inverse of something. So its derivative is again using the standard form. We can write it as 1 upon 1 plus something square into derivative of something, and that something function is 3x here. So for both the derivatives we have used chain rule. Okay, so you note this step properly. Then let's evaluate these two derivatives to the next step. So you write down this term as 1 upon 1 plus phi x square is 25x square into derivative of phi x is phi, plus, see this term we write it as 1 upon 1 plus 9x square. 9x square is, see here, 3x bracket square, it is 9x square. So we have 1 upon 1 plus 9x square into derivative of 3x is 3. So finally let's write down required derivative dy by dx is equal to phi upon 1 plus 25x square plus 3 upon 1 plus 9x square as the required derivative. Okay, then next given function is, see, this is the next function, cot inverse of 1 plus 35x square upon 2x. Now here we find that 1 plus something term is at the numerator. See, we have to arrange, if we have to arrange the terms like this formula or this formula, we must have tan inverse function there. We can write this cot inverse to tan inverse so that these terms can be inverted. So we have a formula for cot inverse. See, cot inverse x is equal to tan inverse of 1 upon x. So using this property, we can invert this function to tan inverse function, and these terms can be inverted using this. So using this property, we can write cot inverse of this is equal to tan inverse of 2x upon 1 plus 35x square. So all these discussion needs observation. Okay, you need to observe these things here, and this observation will be perfect after some practice. Okay, so in the solution you write down the given function, let it be y. Then using this property we have to invert this function. We have to write cot inverse translated to tan inverse. Okay, see, this is how we have converted cot inverse to tan inverse using this property, cot inverse of x is equal to tan inverse of 1 upon x. Now see, tan inverse of something is there, and at the denominator we find that 1 plus something term is there. So you here think that whether it is possible to arrange these terms like this formula. Here it contains 1 plus product. Okay, so see here, with observation we find that we can write this 2x as 7x minus 5x, and product of this 7x and 5x is at the denominator. See, 1 plus 35x square. Here 7x into 5x, we find it as 35x square. So we can arrange these terms like this so that this term is like this formula. So we have arranged these terms like this formula. So we can split this function like this, tan inverse x minus tan inverse y. Okay, so using this property we can split this function to tan inverse of 7x minus tan inverse of 5x. Now it is in a simplified form so that we can differentiate at this step very easily. So let's differentiate. Differentiating with respect to x, we get dy by dx is equal to derivative of this difference, tan inverse of 7x minus tan inverse of 5x. So we have to find out derivative of this difference. So it is nothing but subtraction of their individual derivatives. So let's write down that derivative of tan inverse of 7x. minus derivative of tan inverse of 5x. Okay. Then see here, it is a composite function again. Okay. So let's treat it as tan inverse of something and use this standard formula. Derivative of tan inverse of x is 1 upon 1 plus x square. So using this, let's treat it as tan inverse of something. So its derivative is 1 upon 1 plus something square into derivative of something minus, again here it is composition, tan inverse of something and its derivative is 1 upon 1 plus something square into derivative of something, which is 5x here. Okay, then to the next step, let's evaluate these two derivatives. So we have, see, 1 upon 1 plus 7x square is 49x square. So this is 1 upon 1 plus 49x square into derivative of 7x is 7 minus, see here, 5x square is 25x square. So for this we have 1 upon 1 plus 25x square into derivative of 5x is 5. So finally we have dy by dx is equal to 7 upon 1 plus 49x square minus 5 upon 1 plus 25x square as the required derivative. Okay. Then third subquestion is, we are given this function tan inverse of 2 root x upon 1 plus 3x. See, again we have tan inverse function here. So we have to try to think whether it is possible to arrange like this formula. Okay, here it is 1 plus terms, so you try to arrange these terms like this, x minus y upon 1 plus xy, since here it is 1 plus term. Okay, so firstly in the solution you write down the given function, let it be y function, and with observation you will find that we can arrange this function like this. See, we can write this 2 root x as 3 root x minus root x. Okay, and product of these two terms is nothing but 3x. See, it needs your observation. We can write 2 root x as 3 root x minus root x, and at the denominator we have 1 plus 3 root x into root x. So we have arranged terms like this property. So like this we can split this function. So we can write it as, see, y is equal to tan inverse of, see, first term 3 root x minus tan inverse of second term root x. So we have this simplified function at this step. Now we can differentiate it easily. So differentiating this function with respect to x, we get, see, dy by dx is equal to d by dx of this subtraction, tan inverse of 3 root x minus tan inverse of root x. So we can write this term as d by dx of tan inverse of 3 root x minus d by dx of tan inverse of root x. Okay, this is by rules of differentiation. So again here you find this composite function, tan inverse of something. So again here we are going to use chain rule to differentiate this term, and we are going to use this standard formula. Derivative of tan inverse of x is 1 upon 1 plus x square. So derivative of tan inverse of something is 1 upon 1 plus something square into derivative of something, which is 3 root x, minus, again here, derivative of tan inverse of root x. So let's treat this function as tan inverse of something. So its derivative is 1 upon 1 plus something square into derivative of something, and something function is root x here. Okay, so to the next step, let's evaluate these two derivatives. So we have 1 upon, see, 3 root x bracket square is 9x. So for this term we can write 1 upon 1 plus 9x into derivative of 3 root x. See, this 3 is constant and derivative of root x is 1 upon 2 root x minus, see here, root x square is x. So for this term we write 1 upon 1 plus x into derivative of root x is 1 upon 2 root x. So rearranging these terms, we have this required derivative dy by dx. See, 1 upon 2 root x is common, and in bracket, see here 3 upon this term 1 plus 9x minus here it is 1 upon 1 plus x. So this is the required derivative. Then fourth sub question is tan inverse of 2 raised to x plus 2 upon 1 minus 3 into 4 raised to x. Okay, we have to differentiate this function. So let it be y, write down in the solution. Let y is equal to tan inverse of this. See here, we find tan inverse contains term which has denominator as 1 minus something. Okay, so here you try to think whether it is possible to arrange these terms like this formula or not. Okay, so see here we have to use rules of indices also for the simplification. See, at the denominator there is term 4 raised to x, and at the numerator it is 2 raised to x plus 2. So let's split this power and write down function as, we can write 2 raised to 2 into 2 raised to x. Okay, so it's 2 square into 2 raised to x upon 1 minus 3 into 4 raised to x. See here, in order to arrange term like 2 raised to x, you can adjust this 4 as 2 square here. Okay, so with this we can arrange these terms like, see, this 2 square is 4, 2 raised to x as it is, and see here we can write this 4 raised to x as 2 raised to x bracket square. Okay, using rules of indices we can write this 4 as 2 square, so it is like 2 square raised to x, and then we can interchange those powers. We can write it as 2 raised to x bracket square, so that 2 raised to x term will be at the denominator like numerator. Okay, so these terms can be written as, see, 4 into 2 raised to x, we write it as 3 into 2 raised to x plus 2 raised to x. Okay, and product of these two terms, 3 into 2 raised to x into 2 raised to x, is nothing but 3 into 2 raised to x bracket square. So you note this simplification very properly. It may jumble you. So practice for this simplification. Use properly rules of indices. Okay, and then you will get this simplification. Now see here, at this step we have arranged this tan inverse function like this property. So like this we can split this function as y is equal to tan inverse of 3 into 2 raised to x plus tan inverse of 2 raised to x. Now it is splitted and it is in simplified form, so we can differentiate it easily. So let's differentiate. Differentiating with respect to x, we get dy by dx is equal to derivative of this sum, and we can add these derivatives separately. So let's write this as derivative of tan inverse of 3 into 2 raised to x plus derivative of tan inverse of 2 raised to x. Now see, again here it is a composite function as we have discussed in the previous 3 examples. So tan inverse of something. So you are using this standard formula. You use chain rule here to write down this derivative. So derivative of tan inverse of something is 1 upon 1 plus something square into derivative of something, and that something function is 3 into 2 raised to x. Okay, then we have to write down derivative of this tan inverse of something. So it is 1 upon 1 plus something square into derivative of something, and that something function is 2 raised to x. Okay, now to the next step, let's evaluate these two derivatives. So we have 1 upon 1 plus 9 into 2 raised to 2x into derivative of 3 into 2 raised to x is, see, 3 is constant, and derivative of 2 raised to x can be written using this standard formula. We have derivative of a raised to x as a raised to x into log a. So using this result, we have derivative of 2 raised to x as 2 raised to x into log 2, and here it is 1 upon 1 plus 2 raised to 2x into derivative of 2 raised to x is 2 raised to x into log 2. So we have used this standard formula here. Then let's take this term common, 2 raised to x into log 2. So we have required derivative dy by dx is equal to 2 raised to x into log 2 into, see 3 is there, 3 upon 1 plus 9 into 2 raised to 2x plus here it is 1 upon 1 plus 2 raised to 2x. So this is the required derivative. Okay. See students, in this example, this initial simplification is very important. You practice for this. Okay. Then next fifth sub question, we are given function tan inverse of 2 raised to x upon 1 plus 2 raised to 2x plus 1. So in the solution you consider this function as y for convenience. So let y is equal to given function. Now see here we have tan inverse function and we find that it contains term which has denominator as 1 plus something. So you think here that whether it is possible to arrange these terms like this formula or not. So you do some rough calculations or you observe things here so that we can arrange these terms like this property. So here I can write this 2 raised to 2x plus 1 using rules of indices like this 2 raised to 2x into 2. Okay. Then see here you observe that this 2 raised to 2x term is nothing but 2 raised to x bracket square. 2 raised to x bracket square, or you may write it as 2 raised to x into 2 raised to x. So here we have at the denominator it is product of 2 into 2 raised to x into 2 raised to x, and at the numerator their subtraction is there. So you note these two steps very properly. Okay, we have used indices and here we have arranged these terms like this property. Now we can split this function. So we have y is equal to tan inverse of 2 into 2 raised to x minus tan inverse of 2 raised to x. You note these three steps carefully and practice for this simplification. Now see we have function is in very simple form. So let's differentiate. Differentiating with respect to x we get derivative of y dy by dx is equal to d by dx of this subtraction tan inverse of 2 into 2 raised to x minus tan inverse of 2 raised to x. We can separate this subtraction. So we have d by dx of tan inverse of 2 into 2 raised to x minus derivative of tan inverse of 2 raised to x. See here it is a composite function tan inverse of something. So for its derivative let's use chain rule and this standard formula. Derivative of tan inverse of x is 1 upon 1 plus x square. So let's treat it as tan inverse of something. So its derivative is, see we have 1 upon 1 plus something square into derivative of something which is 2 into 2 raised to x. Okay, and again next term is we are going to treat it as tan inverse of something. So its derivative is 1 upon 1 plus something square into derivative of something, and that something function is 2 raised to x. Okay, so we have used chain rule and this standard formula to evaluate these two derivatives. Okay, so let's write down these two derivatives to the next step. See here 2 is constant and we are going to treat 2 raised to x as this standard formula. We have derivative of a raised to x as a raised to x into log a. So using this result we have, see derivative of 2 into 2 raised to x as 2 constant into, you write down like this, 2 into 2 raised to x into log 2, and here it is derivative of 2 raised to x is again 2 raised to x into log 2. And see this 2 into 2 raised to x bracket square, we can separate this power. So 2 square into 2 raised to 2x, and here it is 2 raised to 2x. So we have this step. Then see, we find 2 raised to x into log 2 common to both the terms. So taking it common, we can write it as 2 raised to x into log 2 into bracket. See here it is 2, and upon, see 2 square is 4. So 2 upon 1 plus 4 into 2 raised to 2x, minus here it is, by taking 2 raised to x log 2 common, we have 1 upon 1 plus 2 raised to 2x. So this is the required derivative. Okay. So students, you practice all these examples at your own. Okay. Now let me stop here for this session. We will continue this exercise to the next session. Okay. And keep in mind the classification that I have discussed in initially in this session, that will help you to study this exercise very perfectly. Okay. And keep in mind that formula is king and concept is queen, and you need lots of practice for such type of examples. Okay. So let me stop here. Thank you for watching. Stay connected.